It's 3 a.m. You're lying in bed, your phone is dark, your room is silent, and your mind will not stop. You assume this is a modern problem. Screens, stress, too much coffee. But strip all of that away. Send yourself back 50,000 years into a cave, onto a bed of leaves, under a sky with no light pollution at all. And the truth is, you would probably still be awake. Because here is the real answer, and it's far stranger than anything to do with your phone. Your ancestors weren't supposed to sleep in one solid block either. Think about what you were taught to expect from sleep. Lie down. Close your eyes. Stay unconscious for 8 hours straight. This is the goal you chase every night. And when you fail to hit it, you call it insomnia. But that model of sleep is remarkably recent. It's mostly an invention of the industrial world, built around factory shifts and electric light schedules. For most of human history, sleep didn't look like that at all. Historian Roger Ekirch spent over a decade combing through old diaries, court records, and medical texts from pre-industrial Europe. What he found again and again was a strange, ordinary phrase. People wrote about their first sleep, and then, later in the same entry, their second sleep. Not a metaphor, not a typo, a completely normal part of the night, split cleanly into two. Here's how it worked. People would go to bed shortly after dusk. They'd sleep for 3 or 4 hours. Then, in the dead of night, they would simply wake up, not in a panic. They'd use this quiet hour for something ordinary. Some prayed. Some talked with a spouse in the dark. Some tended to a fire. Some just lay there thinking, calmly, in a state researchers now call quiet wakefulness. Then, after an hour or so, they'd drift into a second sleep that carried them until morning. So why doesn't this happen to you? Because your entire environment was built to erase it. Electric light restructured your circadian rhythm from the inside out. Before artificial light, nights were long and dark and empty. Your brain, deprived of light cues, would release melatonin far earlier and in a different pattern than it does now. Psychiatrist Thomas Wehr proved this in the 1990s. He put participants in near total darkness for 14 hours a night for weeks, mimicking a pre-industrial winter. Within a month, something remarkable happened. Their sleep split apart on its own. They fell asleep, woke naturally in the middle of the night for 1 to 2 hours of calm alertness, then fell back asleep until morning. Nobody trained them to do this. Their bodies simply remembered a pattern that had been there all along. This changes everything about how you should think about that 3 a.m. wake-up. You've been taught that waking at night is a malfunction. But for most of human history, that exact moment was simply Tuesday night. It wasn't a problem to solve. It was a scheduled part of being human. And that quiet hour wasn't wasted. Historical records describe people using it for reflection, for working through problems, for what looks a lot like early meditation. The boundary between conscious thought and dream logic gets thin in that in-between state. Some psychologists believe this window gave pre-industrial humans regular access to a type of thinking that modern sleepers never reach at all. So what did ancient humans actually do when they couldn't sleep? They didn't have insomnia the way you think of it. Their sleep was never designed to be one unbroken block. The wakefulness was the design. Waking at night wasn't a failure. It was a scheduled component of sleep, as normal as breathing. The next time you find yourself staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m., your body might not be failing you. It might be reaching for a rhythm written into your biology long before electric light told you it was broken. Don't reach for your phone. Don't check the time. Just lie there for a moment. You're not alone in the dark. You're standing in a very long line of humans doing the exact same thing, on the exact same schedule, going back further than anyone can measure. It's 3 a.m. You're lying in bed. And for the first time, maybe that's exactly where you're supposed to be.